Elona balls got him. I picked this song thinking it was going to be longer because it's like a 15-minute extension, and then it turns out the song is like maybe a minute and a half, tops. That one's on me. Alright, enough of Brainlord. Tired of Brainlord. Good name. Never actually played the game that much, though. There we go. There's that MIDI. There's that good Elona soundtrack. Mew, 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 mew. That's the sound you make when you get very lucky. Alright, so we're gonna play some Elona. This is the new version. I don't have any other characters. This is Elona Plus Custom GX 2.12.1. I could not tell you how many versions have passed since the last time I played this. It's been probably about a year. I think last time I played this was like in February 2021. But if you're not familiar with Elona, it is a roguelike, and I use the term roguelike pretty loosely here. It has the same kind of combat and play style, like turn-based. You take your turn, then the enemies take theirs. But the actual game is kind of indescribable. First thing we gotta do when we create a character is pick an alias. This is like your title, basically. These are all random, so you could be, you know, Rouge Gay, or the Perpetual Finger, or the Recluse Revival. And you can re-roll this as many times as you want. There's no limit. Some of these don't really randomize very well, like Wind Hunting Dog. Funny Sympathy. The Boy. The Gay. Angel Sex. Jiggy Alien. Dog of Mustache. Menace Gay. Now, I believe you can change this in the game. You're not, like, locked to this. I'm pretty sure this can be changed if you find a scroll. But you probably won't be getting any right at the beginning, so make sure that whatever you get here is something you want to be called for a bit. They actually got the online servers back on this game, like, they got it working again, but I turned those off because I really do not trust the public chat in this game to not be really gross. I don't know if the house visiting stuff works yet. I don't know if that's there. But I think they do actually have, like, the chat server and online stuff working again, so maybe we'll see Devil King Eddie Murphy at some point. Ooh, worst leg. Demolition Idiot. Now we gotta get a really good one. Darkness Ding Dong. So I replaced one of the terms, or a couple of the terms. Yo, thank you for the follow. I replaced a couple of the terms in this game because a lot of them are from like 2008 and have some really unfortunate terminology in there. This is plus, yeah. Do not play vanilla Elona. It's not worth your time. But there are a couple of, let's say, rude language choices here and there. Phony family. Gay terror. Yeah, a lot of the translation stuff was probably done in, like, late 2000s, so, like, not exactly the most, let's say, nice, like, choice of words here and there. Funky Bomb, Funky Bomb is pretty good, but I want to see what else we got. I don't want to spend too long doing this, but I do want a good title. Neutral Boy. Huge money! That's my title. Huge money. Then you get to choose your background again. This is just flavor text. Yeah, I guess you could be Gay Kong. You can have a background, or you can keep it a secret if you want to. You left on adventure because you admired adventurers. You have amnesia. You left on adventure to become rich. Yeah, that's good for huge money. That'll work. I was going for 85. Next thing you do is pick your race. This, I believe, is the only thing you cannot change after you create a character. And there are certain racial bonuses that are pretty important. There's also additional races that you can enable if you set like a bunch of... I think if you edit a text file, you can enable a bunch of them. But these are the ones that you get by default. You got Eurolus, they get extra skill points. Yulderna are basically like almost elves, kind of. Then you got fairies who... They actually got a buff recently. They can wear slightly heavier equipment now. Fairies are basically like really, really good at magic, but they can only wear equipment that only weighs a certain amount. But I believe that did get buffed. Then you got dwarves. They are, they come with innate dark and poison resistance. Jouer, what was there? Oh, right, they don't get as hungry quickly. Which is actually not as good in this game. You have Elias, who are kind of like more wizardy focused elves, I guess. Yeah, there's Yulderna and then there's Elia, and they're basically kind of the same deal. These are just the elves what hate everything, and Elia are the elves who don't hate everything, but still, it's weird. Then you have Snail. This is hard mode. Snails are pretty much the worst at everything. And if you try to go into a town, the cleaners will throw salt at you and try and kill you that way. And they'll probably do it. Yeah, this game is still being updated. Then you have a Lich, which is, again, kind of focused on spellcasting. Not as charismatic as the other races. Your starting stats don't matter too much. It's mostly just the racial bonus that you get. That's really important. Then you got Goblins. I believe they have, like, dark resistance and faster healing. Then you have Golems who have dim resistance, which is pretty rare, actually. Golems are a pretty nice choice. And they're just basically, like, big physical tanks, not good at casting. And then you have Mutants who gain extra limbs. You don't get to choose what limb you get, is the thing. So sometimes you might get, like, 10 legs as you level up, or you might get, like, 2 legs and 6 extra arms, or an extra, I don't know, extra head. But this cannot be changed once you create your character, so make sure you choose carefully. Every class or every race also starts with their own proficiencies as well, but skills can be trained, like all of them can be maxed out anyways. I will not be playing a snail. I cannot play a snail, I'm sorry. I don't hate myself that much. If I wanted to play Elona and hate myself, I would play vanilla Elona, not plus. Yeah, hell yeah, Tiff. I'll play some piano and get fucking domed. I'll play Snail Pianist and get crushed by my grand piano that I carry around everywhere. No. Maybe I'll do... I don't think I did a fairy last time. They're actually really strong. Like, it's a lot easier to start with the casting class now. Yeah, Snail Performer. I can't do that, I'm sorry. The biggest problem with fairies is that they can barely carry anything. Maybe golems are so slow, though. I'm thinking either fairy or golem. Maybe I'll do fairy. We'll do fairy. You can change the name of the race if you want to. You can choose your gender. The 6 genders or unknown. Let's do male. You can change your gender and stuff afterwards as well. You can also change the name of the gender to whatever you like, so... Oh, I didn't mean to change that. And then you pick a class. Wizards are a pretty good choice for fairy or war mage. They work pretty alright as well. Every class also has a bonus. You can change class down the line, and you will get the bonus to whatever you switch to. They got thieves, which, you know, most of these are pretty self-explanatory. Warrior, thief, wizard. They start with different trained skills. Then you have farmer, who is really good at, like, gardening and stuff, because gardening is a skill in this game. They also have an increased chance to invoke decapitation, because they're really good with scythes, I guess. Then you got predators, who are kind of like your monks, I guess, would be a good way to say it. They're good at unarmed combat, and they have increased crit rate. Archers, it's an archer. I don't think I have to explain the concept of an archer. War Mage is really useful if you're casting. I might just take War Mage, because that is really good for a fairy. Tourist is, again, kind of the hard mode choice. You only get 2 trained skills, traveling and fishing. If you want the hardest possible start, pick Snail Tourist. Then you got Pianist. This used to be Performer, I think, but I believe they might have changed it. But you start with the grand piano, and you start with the Performer skill, so you can, like, start playing and not usually get immediately destroyed. Then you got Gunner, extra chance at extra range attacks with, you know, guns. Priest is really good at healing, as you might imagine. Then Claymore is kind of, I believe there's a reference to, like, an anime or a manga. Elona's been out for, like, God, almost 15 years now. But it's still being updated. Like, this is a fork called Elona Plus Custom GX. Because vanilla Elona is not being updated anymore. It's not very good. Yeah, I think I'll just do War Mage. It is a reference to the manga anime of the same name. And again, you can change the name of the class. Now we gotta pick some tag skills. These just basically increase the base level of some of your skills. I think I'll take weightlifting. Alright, next thing you gotta do is roll your stats. No, do not play the 15-year-old release. It is so rough. So you roll your stats D&D style. Actually, I'm gonna lock my magic real quick. You can re-roll as many times as you want. But again, you can raise every stat as much as you want. There's no cap on stats, like you're never locked into, oh, you got a bad starting roll, it's impossible to come back from this. So I think I'm gonna go for like a high magic score. Probably go for like 20 and lock that. There we go. And then fairies have pretty high charisma, so they can get some nice party members. It'll definitely be helpful to have some friends at the start. Ideally, I want to get, like, some good constitution, perception, learning. Okay, that's a pretty good roll. Perception, learning, you'll level those up really quick if you're casting anyways, so... Alright, now we pick some feats. You get to pick 3 at the beginning, and you can get more as you level up. The fairies have built-in resistances to almost every kind of magic. Okay, so it's 2 stone, it's not just 1 stone. And as a result of being a fairy, you have a massively increased dodge value. So what you want to do is try and pick some feats that work well for you. Like, you probably don't want to be doing... where is it? I could have sworn there was, like, one specifically for unarmed combat. But yeah, you probably don't want to take the unarmed combat skill on a fairy because they're much better at casting. Although, again, you can take whatever you want. Apprentice Ascetic might be worth taking, because fairies have very low HP. I also want to get, where is it, Exorcist, because curses are pretty annoying at the beginning. And this just makes it so you really don't have to worry about having your equipment get ruined when you go to sleep. Because that's a thing that can happen. I believe Super Excel is just a speed up. Speed isn't as busted as it was a few years back in, like, previous versions. They kind of nerfed it because it used to be, like, if an enemy outsped you, like, you know, 10 times, then they would attack 10 times for every 1 time you did, and it would lead to a lot of one-shots. So, like, you would just move 1 step, they would shoot you 10 times with a gun, and then you would just melt. I believe Sexy Dance does actually go off Charisma, so it might not be a terrible option, but, I think I want to take... Knockout can be useful eventually. Dimensional Move isn't bad either. It's like a way to escape from fights, which is pretty useful. We've already got really high dodge. I think I'm going to take Ascetic and get a little bit of extra HP. Independent is you get a massive stat bonus if you don't have any allies. Gentle Face, I don't know if that just means you have to use it or what. Stamina is also not a bad choice. I think I might take that. Actually, no, Poison Tolerance. I probably want Poison Resist. Alright, next thing you do is pick your character sprite. You got all these hairstyles. You can also mod in more, I believe. Like, you can add your own custom sprites if you want. So if you want to have, like, a... I don't know. You can play Goku or something. Hair colors. Body, I believe, is just like you've got a more traditionally like masculine and feminine base body type, but you probably won't be seeing that too much. Pick some clothing. And pick some pants. Goku! Let's see. Let's get some hair going here. Oh, hell yeah. Male pattern baldness. Huge money. The War Mage Fairy. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Get some nice pants. I think you can still modify your sprite as a snail, honestly. Pretty sure you can. And then you can do even more details if you want. Like, you can have facial accessories, vests and stuff, whatever you want. Have a little ribbon on your tail, you know, whatever. Let's give him cat ears, why not? Well, no, we're playing as Tingle, but we're actually a threat. Like, you can actually fuck shit up, if need be. Give him some jeans. Fairies can wear jeans, right? That's fantasy. That's a fantasy thing. Oh, whoops. Oh, did I have to pick these again? Damn it. Alright, ascetic. Exorcist. Yeah, we're playing a Jerry. And then I think... I took poison. Right. Poison. Oh, do I really have to redo these? Aw, manga. You can also pick portraits again. These can be modified. You can add your own if you want, so you can, again, play as Goku. Or Tingle if you really want to. Okay, we gotta get the nice, male patterned baldness fairy thing going on here. There we go. I know we did the Heihachi already. We can't do another Heihachi. There we go. You gotta have blue hair. Oh, you gotta turn away from the camera, my dude. I really can't see your hair. Okay, we'll go dark blue, why not? I gotta recolor the jeans, too. There we go. Okay, pants color. Where are the jeans at? That's too blue. Okay, I went too far. Was that it? There's like a kind of a nice pale blue for jeans. That's fine. He's coming back from his job. Still gotta wear the cat ears though. It's the rules. And then like you'll see pieces of equipment as you wear them. So like as you wear boots and stuff, they'll show up in your character. You probably mod that, but whatever. All right, these are difficulty modes. Essential is just standard mode. There's no permadeath in this game normally. So you don't have to worry about dying and then, you know, losing all your character unless you play on lost mode. Then you have permadeath, you cannot save scum. If you try and like close the game without using the save and exit option, you get a I think you get an experience penalty or something. And there's overdose, but which is just normal mode, but the experience gain is jacked up. Natural is... It's normal mode, there's no permadeath, but you have to save and quit normally, you can't save scum. Abnormal mode is harder than essential. You get a penalty for dying. And then purge mode, which is just wizard mode. You get to set whatever you want. So we'll just play on essential for now. Huge money! And then you can re-roll your background if you want. Change your stats. Change your evade. Do I want... Do I want 564 evade points, or do I want 1008 evade points? Gee, I don't know. What do you think I should go for? This just changes your equipment, by the way, so... your evasion will vary based on what you have equipped. Ideally, I want a weapon because they can have magical effects on them, so we want to see melee. Alright, that should be fine. Actually, I thought I saw... Yeah, let's get one with better willpower, honestly. Alright. Oh, right, portrait. Want to change the portrait. I don't know if there are any portraits with male pattern baldness here. That's kind of it, but not really. It's got more of a mohawk going on. Yeah, we don't have a great portrait for our dude here. You know what? Let's say that he stole an ID card. And he tells everybody he's this dude, but he's not. All right. Are you satisfied now? Yes. Now we need a name. What should I name him? Big Dollar Daryl. That is your name. There's story in this game. It kind of just hangs out in the background until it's necessary. There's like one dungeon where you advance most of the story. And then everything else is just kind of, you go around dungeons and do stuff. Short answer is there's this gas that is, like there's this fog mist that is fucking everything up. And it's coming from the forest, and everybody's assuming it's the elves causing it, so everybody hates the elves. But it might not actually be the elves. Anyways. This is the tutorial section of the game. This is your house slash your cave. I do not need to play the tutorial. I'm good. Also, we can tell these guys to leave because I don't want them in here. Big Dollar Daryl is correct. Alright, hold on. I need to change a couple settings here because I think the run speed is too fast. Was it 4 speed, I think, is default? I think there's also a way to change. Yeah, here we go. Or maybe it's walk speed. There we go. So, very similar to roguelikes. Every time you move or do an action, that's a turn. So, like, one step is one turn. You pick up items off the ground by, you know, using the thing. Pot for fusion. We're gonna want... Oh, they just start you with a leash now. Leashes prevent allies from running away. Stethoscopes let you see their HP. I don't know what the red potion is, though. So we start with... tactics, weightlifting... Oh, nice. You start with cooking. There's casting. Alright, so let me see real quick. We don't actually have any spells, which is a problem. In this game, you learn spells by reading books, and they give you charges of the spell that you read. I'm gonna grab this nut. So if you're looking at the bottom of the screen, you just saw your light armor skill increases. Pretty much everything you do in this game trains one of your skills and gives you experience for it. Kind of similar to games like, you know, Morrowind, Oblivion, whatever. And, so for example, wearing light armor trains your light armor skill and lets you use light armor better. On top of that, as you train skills, you get experience, which is... Oh, I had my mouse on screen the entire time, which is down here. This is the experience to your next level, so once that goes down to 0, you level up. And then you get some more free skill points, and you can possibly pick another feat. I think it's like every 3 and then 5 levels, something like that. So we have 5 bonus points that we can dump into our skills here. We definitely want to do that. I think I'm going to put some points into cooking, because cooking is a very, 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 very important skill. Easily one of the most important in the game. Literacy is also really good for casters. We'll take a few of those. And then you can also put points into your weapon proficiencies as well. Where's my... Oh right, I don't have any spells, so I can't actually train any of them yet. So I'm playing Elona Plus Custom GX, which allows me to change them. So change like a bunch of aspects about the vanilla game. So for example, you can track spells, you can add potentials to your skill tracker, that kind of stuff. I'll do feed option for pets. You can do like item filters if you want. We'll do allow running in world map, why not? Auto drop open chests. Yeah, sure. A lot of these are maybe a little cheaty, but honestly, a lot of the game is you kind of spend a lot of time doing whatever. So this saves you a lot of stuff. For example, when you do certain quests, there's a bunch of items on the floor afterwards, and normally you don't have enough time to go pick them up. This lets you do that and get them for free. Which, again, you still get to have the items, like, you can get them normally, it just is a pain in the ass to do it. turn on safe scumming, why not? And bash all fruit, organized ranch produce, yep. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, weird. This was a new one. I don't think this was in last time I played. I guess you can have animals that get sick when you buy a ranch. Eventually, you can buy ranches, by the way. Changes experience formula. Stable study days. We want to keep these. And then there's also an option to disable, like, the thirst mechanic. They added thirst to the game a while back, and a lot of people don't like it. You can turn that off. Yeah, you know what, I'll turn it off. I'm not a huge fan of it. The curtain call is a weird AFK thing that stops you from AFKing. Kinda dumb. Enables Gravity Sphere, Graviton Buster, Violent Guard, and Shadow Sept. Sure, why not? I'll just turn those on because I haven't tried them yet. Some monsters and monsters that split up will give experience. Oh, I guess for like fighting slimes and stuff. Yeah, let's increase these because normally you can only do arenas like twice a day, which is kind of dumb. No stamina depletion using stairs in your home, sure. Increase a variety of home servants, baker, fisher, food vendor. Yeah, let's turn that off as well, because when I played the game last, it didn't have that. AI tweaks, increased drinking and brawling chance during parties. Display weather everywhere, don't want that. This in North Star mode. Weird. You can also turn off cicada noises. I'll turn that on because that's actually kind of annoying. Prevent bump attack. Okay. So now we can just save and reload whenever and not get, not, I guess, penalized, but there are no penalties in normal mode. But they took out save and reloading in the earlier versions, which, again, it's a single-player game. You should have fun the way you want to. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to leave. You leave maps just by walking to the edge. This is your kind of tutorial guide. Don't pick up too much stuff because you'll move slower. Don't read stuff that you don't know how to do or is too dangerous for you yet. So this is the world map. And rather than like a one singular big dungeon like in most traditional roguelikes, Elona is kind of an open world, like, free roguelike in that there's the plot in the background, but you can kind of just do whatever you want. So if you want to ignore the plot entirely and just buy a ranch and raise monsters or whatever, you can do that. First thing you want to do is go to the town here. Yeah, a little closer to Adom, honestly. So first thing you want to do is go to Vernus. Oh yeah, kind of like Cud, almost. This is the weird fucked up crown prince who's got problems. We're not too concerned about the plot here, honestly. Alright, so first thing we do when we get into town here, we get our first companion. Who is our companion this time? You can get a dog, you can get a cat, you can get a bear, or you can get a little girl. I don't think I've ever actually picked the cat before. We could get the bear and we could ride the bear. Yeah, I really wish, like, if I knew more about modding the game, I would just change Little Girl to, like, something else. Because it's kind of weird. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take a bear. Alright, so we got a bear. Here is our bear friend. We can confess our feelings to the bear. Talk to bear. Bears can just talk. Let's tell her not to pick up items off the floor because a lot of times they will pick stuff up like rotten meat and then eat it and then die. So I'm gonna say don't pick up stuff off the floor. We're also going to use... Where is it? We're going to use the stethoscope so we can see the HP. I don't like the fact that every pet says pervert when you look at their HP with the stethoscope. It's kind of weird. Again, this is kind of a weird thing. Every NPC can be, like, recruited, basically. So, like, if I really wanted to, for example, I could recruit this old man and they all say pervert when you look at their HP with the stethoscope, so... the leash prevents them from moving too far away. We'll just leave it there. But you can absolutely marry a bear if you want to. There is no such thing as speciesism in this game. You can marry a Gundam if you want to. Also, you can rename this. I think this is an Elona Plus thing. I believe vanilla Elona does not let you do that. You can also tell the bear to shut up if you want. Like, you can just say, don't make noise, because NPCs will, like, they'll have little chats and stuff. You can also customize the AI. We're not going to mess around with that too much. Do I actually have riding? I have pickpocket. Yeah, I can't actually ride the bear yet, because I don't know how to ride anything. Alright, so welcome to Vernus. This is the first city that you're going to be at. Be careful around wells. Don't just drink from wells. Where did my bear go? Already I've lost my bear. Okay. Don't drink from wells randomly because sometimes there are aliens inside them or alien parasites, and if you drink one, it starts growing in your stomach and then it explodes a la chestburster. And the problem is when that happens, the alien can then go and infest other people, NPCs, with alien parasites that will then explode into more aliens, and then will infest more people with more aliens. And so, if this happens in a town, you can very easily run into an incomprehensible alien invasion. So, try not to do that. Fruit trees can be bashed for fruit. There's also... I think there's other types of... Yeah, there's other types of fruit as well. What we're gonna do is first start by cooking that. So there's a food maker here. And you can pick this up if you have enough strength and enough equipment space for it, or inventory space for it. This belongs to somebody else, though, so we can't pick it up, but if you get your own, you can absolutely do that. So, you can cook anything in this game. You can just cook a lemon. So, we just cooked a lemon, made some lemon sherbet. And the thing is, the cooking, like, you don't need any other ingredients. There's no, like... You know, you don't need salt and pepper and all that stuff if you want to make, like, a nice roast dinner. You just need a corpse, and you cook it, and it turns into either, like, a hamburger or, like, I don't know, a steak. Or if you cook it really badly, it just gets ruined, so... Be careful what you do. Also, when you cook food, you're going to notice that some items are black names, and some items are blue names. So these ones are identified. These are not cursed or blessed. Cursed items are red. Cursed items are red, blessed items are green. Cursed items are generally bad. If you eat cursed food, for example, you will throw up. If you eat blessed food, it will increase your stats more than regular food. So let's go ahead and eat this sherbet. It was cursed. So let's eat this lemon. It's not very good, but it is at least not cursed. Awful taste. You pat your stomach. Awful taste. Also, your barf stays on the floor. You can throw the barf at somebody else, and I think it makes them get sick. So here is the pub. This is where you can call back allies that have died. You talk to the tavern master. No, that's Shena, whose ass everybody loves. Oh, here we go. So you talk to the bartender, and if one of your allies dies, you can call them back here, and it costs money. It's not free, so like try not to. This is the place where everybody who plays this game for the first time and picks performers like, oh man, there's a piano here, I can use this. And then they're like, okay, I'm gonna play the piano, and then immediately they fucking die because this dude here, this dude Loiter, this guy, He throws rocks. Like, people will throw rocks at you if you play badly. And depending on how strong the person is, the rock gets thrown harder. I think they made it way less likely to get one-shot by rocks now, but it is still really easy to die if you just mash the play button. I'm gonna bash this tree and get some cherries. Also, we want to try and do the puppy cave at some point. Oh, and I should have found a free platinum coin. Platinum coins are used to train your skills and learn new skills. So if we go here, for example, there's the trainer. And you can either train existing skills. Training a skill increases its potential, which allows you to level it up faster. The number and percentage beside a skill, for example, that is how fast it levels up. So if you're at under 100%, it goes slower, and if you're over 100%, it goes faster. I believe it caps at 400%, so you can level up to 4 times faster if you have enough potential in a skill. Don't do this until you have most of the skills that you want. You're going to want to learn new skills first. So for example, we can learn mining, we can learn lockpicking, detection, lets you detect like hidden enemies and traps and stuff. Fishing is fishing. Alchemy for mixing potions and stuff. And then traveling is a really important skill, we're going to want that. So the first thing I probably want to do is try and read these spell books, but we don't want to use it in town. Because if you remember what the tutorial, if you remember what he told us, he's like, if you read a book that you're not ready for, if your literacy skill is bad, things could go bad. It could drain all your mana, or it could summon a ton of monsters that would destroy you. And if they're in the town, they will start massacring the town, so don't do that. Again, this is plot. Don't worry too much about it. It used to be that there wasn't even any plot in the game. They just took it out of the English version, but they eventually added them back in. So the safest way to read books early on is to... Oh, neat, they have water tiles in random areas now. That's cool. So what you want to do is, rather than reading it in, like, your house or something, you want to go to the very edge of a map and read a book there. So we're going to try to read Magic Arrow. And you want to pay attention to your status bar and make sure it just says you finished reading the book. So every book has a number of charges, and once the charges run out, then the book just like disintegrates and falls apart. Based on your learning skill, so now that we read that Magic Arrow, for example, we can now cast Magic Dart. And it's a very cheap spell, it's a very valuable spell. It is the easiest attack spell to cast. It is non-elemental, and eventually you can get it to always hit... Or no, sorry. The spell always hits, and it is very easy to get to 100% cast chance. So we're going to read some spell books here. Okay, that one's good. And also reading books increases your literacy skills, so make sure you try and do this often. Again, just don't mash the R button and read it and then keep doing it. We're going to the edge of the map because if we summon a ton of monsters, we can just press right and get out of here. Alright, so we've read all our Magic Arrow books. I'm gonna read Minor Teleportation now, just try and get as much literacy as possible for free here. There we go. Generally, books don't, like, explode, it's just that you'll get surrounded by monsters, and that will kill you absolutely early on. Alright, so we're going to start using Magic Dart. If you just press the spell button, like I assigned it to my 1 key, it'll just attack the nearest enemy, but you can target specific enemies like you can do. If you press, I believe it is star on the numpad, you can pick a specific enemy to target. And again, Magic Dart will always hit as long as it casts, so really important spell if you're planning on spell casting. Chestnuts are really important too because they are considered candy, so they never rot. Also, every time you go into an overworld tile, like you can go into like a random instance and it's different every single time, even if you don't move. Zap. Growl, squeak. The spell stocks, thankfully, it is really easy to get more of them now. Also, your MP regenerates naturally, and there is a meditation skill that increases how fast it regenerates. But yeah, eventually you get access to the Mages Guild, which allows you to just order whatever books you want, so you never really run out. Let me look at my gear really quick. I've got a long staff. Enhances magical devices. That's for, this here is for, like, rods and stuff. Eventually you find rods that cast spells. Increases charisma, resistance to darkness and cold. This one improves my evasion. Okay. So one other thing you want to do in town is look at the quest board. This is generally the easiest way to be getting, like, platinum pieces. So let's go try a hunting quest. And so, in hunting quests, there are a certain amount of enemies on the map. And once you kill all of them, the quest is complete. I'm gonna try and let my bear handle some of these. Oh my god. The public performer has the rock railgun. So overcasting spells causes it to come out of your HP instead of your MP. Oh, bear, I really wish you would be getting faster here. Thankfully, my dodge chance is pretty high, but still, you have very low HP as a fairy. There we go. Just gonna blast the eyeball here. Nice. Nice, we leveled up. So again, remember when I said that walking around levels up your skills? So we just leveled up. We learned how to direct, and we also learned how to rub things, which has different effects based on your level and, like, your strength and your relationship with the NPC being rubbed. Blue potion, yeah, might as well take that, start identifying stuff. And yeah, there are just wild clowns. Oh, this song's actually really loud. Hold on, I'm gonna lower the volume. Some of the songs in this game are kind of overpowering. But yeah, try and level up Magic Dart. Because casting it increases the number of times... It increases the number of dice that it rolls. And it also increases the success rate. So we have 1,148 stocks of Magic Dart, which means that we effectively have like 200 casts of this before we gotta find another book. I can't imagine I'll get to like museums and figurines on this stream. But it's not a bad idea for any character. Nice, got some free materials. Materials just go into like their own space, they don't take up any space in your inventory. Alright, there we go. Once you kill every enemy, you get a little fanfare. Then you talk to the NPC that gave you the quest to give you a goodie. So we got a sniper rifle, a decorative ring, a platinum coin, helmet. Now the thing is, we don't know what the status on this equipment is. We don't know if it's good or bad. It could be cursed for all we know. Also, I can't use the sniper rifle. Unfortunately, it is 6 stone, and since I'm playing fairy, I have to use things that are at least 2 or less. Or at most 2, I should say. So we cannot use the sniper rifle. It is too heavy. I need to change the material of the sniper rifle to make it out of, like, candy or paper or something. Alright, so finishing that quest got us about 1.9k. On top of a platinum piece. Actually, do we start with gardening? Okay, we do not start with gardening. Gardening is also a really important skill. We're going to want that eventually. Maybe I'll do another hunting quest. Because we got a lot of level 1s. Clear out the opening. Sometimes songs don't play. This has been happening for pretty much as long as I can remember with Elona, but sometimes you just get into an area and the music that's supposed to play does not play. Oh, we got some meat. I'm gonna pick up that meat and try and cook it in town. I think effect butterflies are safe to eat, so sometimes when you kill enemies, they will leave a corpse behind. And depending on your cooking skill, you can turn it into really valuable food. Alright, nice. So we leveled up our casting. Casting also blanket increases success chance. Got a small shield, which we cannot use. Don't hang on to gear if you're not going to use it, because you can sell it to, like, nothing. Like, you barely get anything out of selling stuff. Like here, this is 9 stone, and I can't wear it. Equipment space, it's measured in stone, so if you look at the bottom here, you see weight 29 out of 71 stone. So this bronze breastplate that we can't use is taking up a lot of space, so we're going to drop that. I'm not too concerned about selling to the shops because you get, like, nothing. You don't really make money by selling stuff until you open your own shop. Sometimes you'll find random NPC adventurers. They have unique sprites like this on my right here. You can trade with them, you can try and hire them, or if your reputation is high enough, you can just say, join me. And if it's high enough, they might just join you, so. I want to give my kid a broken sword as a birthday present. That's nice. That's good. That's good to give to a child. These green guys are hungry demons. They will drain your hunger. Like, they will, if you ate a bunch of food and they touch you a bunch, they will cause you to, become very hungry again. This guy down here is a fallen soldier. He's neutral, so he doesn't attack you on sight. And a lot of times neutral NPCs will just do dumb shit like, I don't know, drink poison and then start dying and then die. So let's go cook that corpse that I found before it rots, because food will rot in this game, and depending on the type of food, it rots faster. So let's try cooking that. Skewer grilled effect butterfly. Delicious. It tasted good. Let's also go ahead and cook all these cherries that we picked up as well. Cooking food lets it last longer before rotting, so it's really important to get that. You don't actually have to cook appy nuts, like anything that's considered candy, so for example, peanuts or chestnuts, these will never rot, so you don't have to immediately cook them. You can either eat them as is to get a little bit of nutrition back, or you can actually cook them and get better. I like to try and save them for when I'm a little better at cooking, that way they are, like, they'll come out better. And there's a little trick where items do not stack unless they are the exact same type and, like, level of curse. So, for example, if you cook, like, 10 cherries and you get, like, 5 dishes of whatever, chances are those 5 dishes are either uncursed or at least blessed, because cursed food is way less likely. So, like, the single ones are the more dangerous ones, but at this early in the game, you kind of just take whatever you can get. You can also feed your NPCs. The health bar on the bear is red right now, which means they're not hungry. But eventually you can feed NPCs and it'll increase their stats just as if you eat them. Every food raises a different type of stat. Who just... oh. This guy is really depressed and just has the saddest effect of melancholy all the time. It's very good. Something is buffing the floor at inhuman speed. You also start with cargo of food. These will never rot. These are travel goods. These don't count to your, like, made weight limit, because you have, like, a cart that basically says, okay, you can wear this much stuff. I actually want to see. I'm gonna run to the equipment store really quick. I might want to buy some wings or something. These float you and give you, like, a little bit of dodge value. I could also buy a Deed of Land battleship for 1.8 mil. So deeds are for building stuff on the map, because you can eventually, like, you can buy a deed for a palace and live in that palace, just put it down wherever you want. Or you can buy a farm, and you can set down a farm near, like, the farming town, make it a lot easier to get ingredients, that kind of stuff. Land Battleship is a movement vehicle. This prevents you from getting into random encounters, so it can be useful. Then these are, like, ammunition types, energy cells, bolts, arrows. You could also buy this cloak and eat it. I'm gonna buy that cloak and eat it for later. Yo, Greasemang, thank you for the Prime sub. For 3 months. Hope you're enjoying some Elona. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy these ores. Because these can be used to give to your NPCs to let them train skills in town. Okay, so our bear is green now. Let's feed our bear. We're not going to feed it the rations because those are really, really important. So your bear will eat whatever's in its inventory. Just, again, be careful not to feed them cursed food. Because they will throw up and potentially die. So we need 2 more platinum to learn a new skill. I'm debating if I want to go for gardening. Do I have sense quality? I do not. Sense quality lets you identify items without having to go to an NPC to do that. How much actually does it cost to identify stuff? 604, yeah, why not? I can't, never mind. Identify this helmet. And, yeah, sure, identify the sniper rifle. So I think the bear can well wear the helmet. You can also take or give items to your followers. So I'm gonna give the bear a helmet. Can he use a sniper rifle? Or can she use a sniper rifle? He does have a gun slot. I could give my bear a sniper rifle, although I'd have to buy a bullet. I'm gonna give my bear a cloak as well, actually. This is a ring of silence, increases your speed by 4, prevents you from teleporting, that's actually good. The speed up is really nice. I'm gonna give that to the bear, because bears are kinda slow in general. Also, be careful. If you give a follower an engagement ring, they will think you are confessing your love to them, and if you try and take the ring back afterwards, they will swallow it out of spite and the ring will be gone. So make sure that if you're giving somebody an engagement ring, you don't want to get it back. NPCs will equip stuff on their own, like you don't have to tell them, okay, now equip that thing I just gave you. They'll just do it. Let's do a few more hunting quests, because I want to raise up my, my casting skills. I do have to get my bear some ammo, though, if I want it to use the sniper rifle. Yeah, Magic Dart is already getting real nice here. Elona Plus Custom GX allows you to show, like, damage numbers. I don't think that's in vanilla Elona Plus. I like how the butterfly got scared of the bear. I'm gonna join in on the melee here, because hermit crabs don't usually do a ton of damage. Slap. What is this? Corpse of Flying Frog. I think that's safe to eat. Followers don't have to eat, by the way. Followers, like, it raises their skills faster if they do eat, but they will never, like, starve and die like you will. Nice, leveled up. Oh, right, I haven't spent my points. Should probably spend my points. Let's grab stuff into... probably more cooking, honestly. The faster I get to the point where I can reliably cook stuff, the better off I'm going to be. Meditation's nice, but that levels up really quickly on its own anyways. Maybe casting for higher success chance. Or actually weightlifting might be good. Tactics is for melee damage. Literacy is also good. I believe the cap on skills is 2,000, so you can in theory level everything up, but chances are you'll get bored of the game before that happens. Also, we can start putting up our skills now. So let's put some points into Magic Dart. Not going to do a ton because this is going to level up very quickly anyways. Alright, so now if we cast Magic Dart, it is now 2d12 and 97% success rate to cast. Costs a little more in terms of spell stock, but it's not a big deal. Alright, where's the NPC? There you are. This little green mark above NPC shows that they gave you a quest, or they have a quest for you. Once you talk to them and get the reward, they'll just throw it on the floor, so make sure you pick it up afterwards. Kind of rude, but sometimes if they give you like really heavy stuff and you can't move afterwards, it's really annoying. I want to identify this feather hat, because it might be good actually for me. Bamboo feather hat. Makes your performance better, enhances your meditation, increases dodge and protection by 1. Neat. I desperately need protection value right now, so I need to find like a piece of armor that I can actually wear and not get weighed down. Shops will restock over time. So even if something doesn't have something you want right away, you can always come back another time, like wait a couple days. And there'll be more. Okay, we probably cannot do these. There's different difficulties for the bonus quests, and they are usually pretty tricky at the start. All right, let's go cook this frog corpse. Again, there's no concept of ownership when it comes to making things. Like, if you want to use somebody else's stove, or if you want to, like, sleep in the king's bed, you can do that and you don't get in trouble for it. As long as you don't try and, like, you know, kill the king or steal from the king, you're fine. Actually, let me run over here real quick. Oh, you would be asleep. So, she normally gives you the puppy quest. Which just like, my dog got lost in this cave here, which is, I believe it's a direct reference to one of the old roguelikes. I can't remember the name right off the bat here. Walking around on the world map causes time to pass way, way, way faster. There we go. So, take the puppy quest, because once you bring it back here, you get a freezer box which allows you to put food in there and it will never rot. So, like, you can put corpses in there, so they'll never rot. And corpses give you a lot of money eventually, once you get good at cooking. You could bounce a quarter off of Shena's ass. Also, everybody in this town likes Shena's ass. For some reason. Just got the best ass. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, the puppy cave. We're still pretty weak. The puppy cave is also randomly generated every single floor, like every time you go up and down, the layout changes. Oh, I really failed at 97% chance, are you kidding me? Rods are a random spell. When you identify them, you can learn what they cast, but right out of the gate, you're not going to know what they are, so be careful when you use them. Because you might accidentally use like a rod of summoned monsters and then probably get killed. Scrolls are also really important. Do I have lockpicking? No, I think I could learn it. I have pickpocket, that's what it was. Sometimes you run to locked doors. It is possible to open them without lockpicking, but it takes a bit. Oh god. Something just died in a string trap. Bio battery, mossy scroll. Safes also need pickpocketing to open. They'll have random stuff inside, usually money and some gems. But since we don't have pickpocket, oh god. You are not going to be cracking open too many safes, as is. Ancient books are for getting access to the Wizard Guild. I'm just going to pick up all the scrolls I find because they weigh like nothing. Ooh, fluffy tail. That's a rabbit's tail, I believe. Rabbit's tails, when you eat them, they increase your luck. And they also, I don't think they're ever, like, cursed? I think you can curse them after the fact, but I don't think I've ever found a cursed one. But for your first trip to the puppy cave, you probably want to stick pretty close to the entrance. Like, I'm not going to go for the full dive yet, just because it is kind of, real dangerous. I'm not going to bother with the material box until I can open it reliably. Wait, 94%. Oh no, 94% is the potential. My cast chance is now 98%, so we're almost at 100. I might actually want to grab the short bow for shooting arrows. Most guns are not for, you know, fair use, but I'm pretty sure you can wield a bunch of bows. So, like, if we go back down in here, for example, it's a completely different floor now. There are... I don't know if there's any other randomized dungeons in this act. Oh god, I need to get lockpicking if I want to do this as well. Fishing rod is useful if you want to do fishing. It's actually really, really valuable. Once you bump up your fishing to like 100 to 150, you can start making like whale sushi, which is ridiculously expensive and sells for so much money. Do not want to overcast the spell. Get him, bear. I'll let my bear handle that. We'll take this engagement amulet. Ooh, twin pistols. You'd just be like Neo from the Matrix. Yeah, we're gonna grab all these things so we can identify them. Since it is like based off roguelikes, once you identify a green potion, for example, let's say it turns out to be a health potion, any other green potions you find will always be identified from that point on. Equipment, I believe, is always unidentified unless you have the skills to pre-identify stuff. Don't eat human meat. You will go insane. Like, you will just act uncontrollably for like 30 turns. And that's bad. Alright. Nice, got 1100 gold. So actually, this the fact that there's water in these areas now makes it really, really useful. Do I have swimming? I don't think I have swimming. No. Swimming is a skill that was useless in the original Elona. So they made it that anytime you got wet, it increases your speed. And since raining always gets you wet, it speeds you up a lot. Let's cook these kakis, which are apparently persimmons. Fact I learned a couple years back. Kaki is just another term for a persimmon. Can eat that rabbit tail. Rabbit tail is the luck increase is permanent. I could go all the way down to Palmia. I'll just use this bed, honestly. Eventually, if you notice, like, I have the sleepy status in the corner here. Oh, just went away. Sometimes when you go to sleep, a bunch of different stuff will happen. For example, you might meet a wizard with a red mustache. He'll teach you a spell. We learned how to create doors. You gather materials peacefully in your dream, but you actually get to keep them. Okay. No, I don't want to go to the inn. There we go. So I probably want to get... I think I want to get sense quality. Let's do another hunting quest, because that'll get me 5 platinum and let me do my first... Oh geez, another bear. No, bear, I need you over here. I need you over here. Thankfully, since my dodge chance is, like, super high, most physical attacks will miss. The problem is that if anything does connect, I am probably going to be either dead or very close to dying. Also, magic spells are kind of dangerous because even with the resistance, you still have very little HP. And, you don't want to be dealing with that. Look, my bear's got it. My bear's got it well in hand. And so you see there in the status window you become dexterous, so that means my dexterity raised a bit. You're always basically passively training something. So even just something as simple as like walking around the world map. Where's the last one? There you are. Alright. I got a drill that weighs 30 stone. Scimitar might be worth taking. Everything else is way too heavy. I could give the drill to my bear, but... God, that would make it so slow. Drills are kind of a meme weapon. I'm sure somebody out there is like, oh no, drills are the best. You don't actually need a drill to dig. If you have mining, you can just punch out a wall with your bare hands. I do not have mining though. I could learn it here, but I want to train, I want to learn a more useful skill. Mining is, it's not the best, The biggest thing is that it lets you train your health. Like, it trains your strength and constitution, I believe. But in terms of, like, actual gameplay benefit, you don't get too much out of it. Yeah, I probably want to get, what do I want to get? Is there anything different at the Cyberdome, actually? This area is all about, like, selling guns and stuff. Was there... I don't think there's a trainer in here. Cyberdome also has a pretty jaunty song. Of course, you never heard of me. I literally didn't exist until an hour ago. Oh, he never heard of you. Everyone's gonna know the name of Huge Money. But yeah, you can buy lots of different guns here. I wonder if I can carry any of these, actually. I could carry a Mica sniper rifle. Shotguns are a little too heavy for me. Or a Mica machine gun, that also works. Magnificent clothwork juice mixer. So juice mixers are good if you want to deal with the thirst mechanic. Those let you just juice any type of food and it never gets cursed. Like, even if you juiced cursed fruit, it turns into uncursed juice. Also recovers your hunger a little bit, but not as much as just eating food straight up. Maybe I'll hold off on that for now. I feel hungry. I'm gonna eat my flying frog, and hopefully it doesn't kill me. Nice. You begin to feel good when being hit hard. That just means your constitution increased. Eat this cocky pudding. Nice magic improvement. So like I said, every single type of food raises a different stat. So for example, fruit generally raises like magic, charisma, that kind of stuff. Things like corpses will raise strength, constitution. Sometimes they can just give you resistances. You cannot juice meat. Unfortunately, meat is not juiceable. I'm so sorry to have to be the one to tell you this. Ooh, fever. So, when this happens, when it says Nefia has entered fever and the clock lights on fire, that means that any dungeon that you enter, that you haven't yet entered, will have tons and tons and tons of drops. So like if we were going here, for example, we will find lots of material gathering spots. The big thing is materials, like that's really hard to get normally. Oh boy. Hey bear, I'm overcasting. You wanna, thank you. Oh boy, my bear is in trouble. Okay, let's escape this dungeon. It might be too much. You can absolutely become a miner and blacksmith, yes. Oh, I'm hungry now. Sometimes you just smell food that makes you hungry. Can I eat these? I think I can eat these wildflowers. No, you can't. When food rots, it is almost never worth keeping. Like, if you try and eat it, you will throw up. There are mutations you can get that let you eat rotten food. I'm actually going to take that empty basket. That's going to be useful later. But yeah, you generally do not want to eat rotten food. I'm going to eat this crepe. Improve magic, nice. Bash these strawberries. Okay, I don't think I can eat the wildflowers. I think this is a furniture wildflower technically. But like, you can mine stuff, you'll find gems based on your mining skill. You can make your own armor and weapons and stuff eventually. Oh boy, I definitely don't want to fight these jerks. Yeah, you know what, 1,000 gold is whatever. Oh, they took my friggin' food, come on. Sometimes you will get robbed on the road, and depending on your stats, you probably cannot handle them when you first run into them. All my food rotted, unfortunately. So this is Palmia. This is kind of like the main city of the first act. Let me... Well, I should probably pick a god and pray, huh? Because we can start worshipping a god. It's really close by the truce grounds. First thing, I should probably... Let's start by... Get off the food maker. You can still cook rotten food. Like, if you have strawberries that rot, you can still cook them and get cooking training at the very least, but don't eat them afterwards. It's not going to end well for you. You can also multi-drop if you press star on the keypad. Just going to drop all that stuff on the floor. Once you get a farm, you can eventually start dropping rotten food on like a compost pile and get fertilizer, but it's really not great. Yeah, I'm going to use the king's bed eventually. I just want to... There we go. Because you can't sleep until it actually says you're sleepy. Might as well eat this too. Really bumping up our magic though for doing this. Out of the way. I'm using king's bed. Another wizard with a red mustache. Learn how to teleport. You are standing alone on this dim stairs without a piece of cloth. The darkness spreads on the top of the stairs and you cannot see beyond it. At the bottom of the stairs you can see small flickering lights. Do we go down the stairs? Do we not approach the light? Or we just enjoy the nudity? What do we do, chat? I think it does actually have different effects based on what you pick and also random chance. Let's go down the stairs. At that time, your consciousness was interrupted. Well, okay. So sometimes just nothing happens. Wizard's Harvest. Oh shit. Mew 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 mew. Lucky day. Oh shit. So on a lucky day, your luck is massively increased. Not yet. I will not do the Minotaur quest just yet because I'm not ready for it. Do I have any... I don't think I have any gambling chips yet. Oh no, you get some free ones. Let's play some blackjack. So since we have a ton of luck, we can do dumb shit like hit on a 19 and still win. Notice how many cards just were like, oh, I got a bad feeling about this one. Oh, I got a bad feeling about this one. It'll just roll until you get a good one. Eventually, you will get a card that might not be the best. So, 14, hit me, stay at 19. Oh, you cheating scumbag. I got a robe, actually, that could be useful. You can try and cheat, but if they catch you, the game immediately ends. Not like your game, but the blackjack game ends. So, like, I could probably try and hit on an 18 and get away with it. Damn. But yeah, you get basically a bunch of re-rolls to give you a better card. 16, keep hitting. Damn it. My luck isn't that good. Blackjack's really important because if you win, I believe 5 games in a row, you get a Cure Corruption Potion, which is very, very valuable. Very difficult to get early on. 15, 14, 20. I'll stay at 20. And based on your winning streak, you get better prizes. Wow, just getting natural 21s now. Hitting on a 17. I fucked up. Oh well. So that red potion is going to be Cure Corruption. And it is one of the most important items in the game. Because as you play this game, like you basically have this ether disease that constantly mutates you and fucks you up over time. The longer it goes on, the more symptoms you get. Most of the mutations have a nice bonus, but also a very big downside. So for example, you might get something like feathers coming out of your back, which means that you get higher agility, but then you can't wear any back armor or something like that, like you can't wear cloaks. So it's important to try and keep it in check if it is something that you do not want, because otherwise you can eventually get so many diseases that you just fucking die. I'm kind of curious about the robe that I found, though. Is that 2.4 stone? Oh, man. Robes are actually really good for casters, and if you find the right one, it can be really helpful. Let me actually go... Is this the... Can I buy books here? Yeah, you can. Nerve Needle. What is that? Is that Nerve Arrow? There's some new spells. Those weren't in the game last time. I don't think I can understand these ones, like the top and bottom ones, but I think Holy Shield and Weakness, I might be able to do those. These ones with the little brackets, those are just like flavor text or guidebooks. If you read those, they don't teach you any spells. It is just for learning stuff. Let's drop this rotten fruitcake as well. Alright. Let's go for the peace grounds now. I want to start worshipping a god. Take another empty basket, healthy leaf. If you're, like, dangerously low on healing items, or not healing items, on, like, food, you can just keep going back into the same tile. And, like, you'll keep finding new stuff every time, so, like, you'll find chestnuts and stuff. Really good to have. Safe nest. So these are the Truce Grounds. And they have an altar dedicated to every single god in the game here. Ooh, free ring. None of these, like, NPCs are hostile, by the way. They will not attack you. The hell is that? What? That was not in the game last time I played. So, each god has a different focus, I guess. So if you pick an altar, it'll tell you kind of like what they give you bonuses for and what you need to offer to the god, sorry. So for example, Money of Machine gives you better dexterity, firearms, jeweler, lockpick, that kind of stuff. And you also get a passive skill for believing in the god, so this one is increased physical damage. Not great for a fairy caster. Lulwi is like a lot of movement speed. You offer corpses, bows, and arrows. And she boosts your perception, speed, bow, crossbow, stealth, and magic device skills. Her ability lets you get a very temporary, super high speed boost. This was a lot better in earlier versions of the game. I don't think she's as good to worship now. It's Pulse of Element. This is for elementals. I believe the ability just means you regenerate mana faster. Good if you're planning on casting magic. You also get a really nice god reward. Every god has their different tiers of rewards based on how many offerings you give to them. And eventually, once you hit certain thresholds, you get stuff like weapons, you get god pets, that kind of stuff. So eventually you want to worship every god to get like all their stuff. Kumiromi, he gives you like mostly farming focused stuff. It's not so much about combat, but really good if you plan on doing gardening and just like a lot of stamina based skills, which are usually like the production skills. So really good if you plan on doing a lot of crafting or farming or whatever. You offer corpse or veggies to him. Next up, Yakatect. She gives you luck, basically. Higher chance of just passively getting loot in general. Also lots of money-based skills if you worship her. Then healing. Again, this is all like willpower, healing, meditation, just anything that boosts regeneration. Also a little bit of like cooking and magic. Pretty straightforward. Then we have the Luck Goddess. You offer corpses and fish to her, and just increases charisma, luck, evasion, magic capacity, fishing, and lockpicking. She's basically a cat girl. And I don't know what the randomized casting mana cost. I don't know if that makes it go higher. If that makes it go higher, that could actually be really bad. Then Opados is very defensive focused, strength, constitution, shielding, weightlifting, mining, passive to reduce damage. I think I'm going to go for its Pult for the extra casting and stuff, magic bonuses. Alright, The 9 god side that it drops just lets you kind of check your stats with the god. Might as well take this amulet, actually. These are seeds. We can eventually plant these, but we're going to leave these for now because herb seeds are very valuable. They let you plant and grow stat-boosting herbs that are very, very potent. Alright, we got a god. Now we gotta find some offerings. Gotta find some staves that we can throw to him. Okay. When you stand on top of a dungeon on the world map, it'll show you the danger level. So here, for example, it tells you 40, which just means that most enemies are going to be around level 40. We would get annihilated if we walked in there, so we're not going to do that. What's that noise? I heard like a little clink as I entered in here. Let me see what the trainer in here has. What can you teach me? Jeweler, detection, gene engineer, anatomy, alchemy, writing, negotiation, investing. Anatomy is not bad, but not super useful right at the start. Maybe I go down to the farming town Yoan. What is that noise? Like, it's a little clunk anytime I leave and enter a map sometimes. Okay, I guess I could wear this silk scimitar. Dual wield. I can't use these, though. They're too heavy. Unfortunately. You can wear stuff before it's identified and you'll still get the bonuses from equipping it. It just won't tell you what it does, like, fully until you identify. Just, again, try not to equip unidentified gear because it can be cursed, and once it gets cursed, it's not coming off until you uncurse it. Okay, lucky day is over. We got our cure corruption, so not a big deal. Eat these chestnuts. So Yoan is the farming town. As you might imagine, you can learn how to plant, like, garden here. You can learn how to get gardening, tailoring, carpentry, a lot of production skills here. Oh, here it is, analysis. That's the one that lets you identify items passively. I think I'm going to take gardening just for the harvest time quests. Because gardening also trains your willpower, I believe, which increases your HP. So I'm going to try and do a harvest time quest. So you have to go harvest a certain amount of crops before a time limit ends. And you're being attacked by, like, rats and chickens and stuff while you do it. So when you pick something up, you will, it takes time based on your strength and your gardening skill. The better your strength in gardening, the faster you harvest it. Geez, that's a really heavy grape. 8.5 stone. So we need to harvest at least 20 stone worth of items here. So probably like a couple more of these and we're good. There we go, we're good. So we have 50 minutes left. It is based on, like, roguelike time. It's not real time. So we delivered all of our fruit. And we hit the quota. We only needed 20 stone. We've already delivered 22.5. But I'm going to still continue harvesting stuff because that trains your strength and willpower and gardening. Alright, nice. So we got a cup of coffee, got a thick spell book, teleportation rod, a rusted rod, gem seeds. This is on the ground, we don't get that. We got gold pieces and platinum. Gardening is a really useful skill. You should definitely take it at some point because these harvest time quests are super, super easy to get platinum once you do them. The thing with harvest time quests is that you get better crops when you go further out to the edges. So, like, here, for example, these melons will probably be a lot heavier. Yeah, that one's already 14.1 stone. 8.2. You can also increase the auto turn speed. I'm just keeping it a little lower so it's a little easier to tell what's going on. Also, if you're really, really, really desperate for food, you can try and eat these off the floor, but these can also be cursed. So I'm just going to harvest until the quest ends, basically. Let's actually cook this rabbit. The problem with Yoan is that it doesn't have any great cooking facilities. It's got, like, this cooking pot, which is really low quality. The quality of a cooking tool depends, like, it determines the odds of getting better food out of it. So, for example, here I made grotesque wild sheep meat, which means I completely and utterly fucked it up, and then roast wild rabbit, which is at least alright. I'm gonna try eating that. Okay, that was fine. But yeah, you want a high-quality cooking tool, because it makes your food much better. Much better. Holy shit. Talking too much, I need water. Yoan mostly does harvest time quests. Sometimes you'll get, like, escorts, but generally it is a lot of harvesting. Which is good, because again, this is really good willpower and strength training. And especially as a fairy, you want, like, as much willpower, you want HP. Oh, that's only 0.7 stone. This is where having a companion really helps. If you try and do this on your own, you're going to get constantly interrupted by bats. Because whenever you try and pick something up, if a bat, like, bites you, it interrupts your harvest progress, you gotta start all over. And if you're trying to harvest something that's really heavy, then it is, damn near impossible to do it sometimes. You can also try and leave early if you want to, like, if you got all the stuff, your quota done, you can just walk off the map. Oh boy, soy sauce. That's for fusion. This gold bar is probably fake, but I'll pick it up regardless. Alright. Platinum, bronze. These lechos, they rot, like, almost immediately, so you want to try and either cook them or put them in the freezer box if you have that. I'm just going to cook it here. Nice. So that one was a vegetable. That one increases your will and your learning skills. So really good for casters is try and get vegetables and cook those. Eventually you're going to want to cook, like, everything and eat everything, but for starters there are certain things you can focus on that are really good. I can find, like, a level 1 dungeon. Here we go. Alright. So this is a material spot. When you stand on top of it, you just grab a bunch of materials, and since it is still in fever mode, you get a lot more materials than normal. So this is also a gathering spot. These are affected by mining and fishing and gardening, I believe. Possibly perception, I don't recall exactly. Oh, I'm bleeding. Bleeding is bad as a fairy because it is, like, an HP drain. I'm gonna drink some coffee so I don't fall asleep. Oh, jeez. Let me step out of the dungeon for a moment and just heal up. There we go, we're good. These dungeons do not reset when you leave them. Cloth katana. I'm getting a little too gung-ho here. My bear is so slow, man. Yeah, fight the hound, there you go. Don't miss the hound, fight it. The hound bites you, you are severely hurt. You have gained a level. I'm just running away so I can regenerate some mana here. Gonna try not to get bleeded here. Well, the thing is, I gave the bear a gun, but it actually needs a, it needs a bullet for the gun. My bear might be dead. My bear died. Alright, we're not doing this now. Early on, it's kind of tricky to survive, especially if you're playing a character like a fairy. Thankfully, since we're still pretty early on, it doesn't cost too much to bring back your party members. Yeah, 240, that's whatever. We could also go to Durfee and get some different companions. We could get like a proper actual gunner. Because I don't even know if my bear has a firearm skill. Anatomy. Apparently my bear can perform. Oh no, my bear does have firearm. Okay. So if I find a bullet, I can give her a gun. Chaos resist, speed increase. I probably want the 2d2. Poison resist, darkness resist. Yeah, let's buy the silver bullet. Here you go. You could also give my bear a pair of pistols. I'm not sure if I have to give it a specific order to not use melee. We'll see. The directive? Maybe normal ammo? Obvious the brown bear switch to offensive mode. You can also rest. I'm actually going to increase the auto turn speed because that is pretty slow. Is that detailed? Yeah, let's just do it on highest. Because when you just want to rest, you have to sit there for 5 seconds and you can just make it like instant. Do I have any mica ore? No, I don't. Let's see if it'll shoot. Let's try this hunting quest. I think I do have to, like, specifically tell the bear to use firearms, and I don't recall how to do that. I think we're at 100% on Magic Dart now. Yeah, so this is guaranteed to cast. So we're never going to fail casting Magic Dart again unless I wear, like, gear that's too heavy. And also, I think we're at 3d14, so Magic Dart is very quickly getting very strong. There's almost nothing in Act 1 that resists magic. Take the light cloak. I might as well check this kunai too. Another feather hat. Yeah, I definitely want to get analysis, so I might go back to Yoin. Do like one more. Do I have a rod of make door? Let's identify these rods. If I can do that, I'll just take that and go get my identify skill. Don't want to identify all my stuff though, that's a little expensive. Magic laser and summon monsters, so not quite. How do I tell my bear to shoot gun? I might have to dip into the custom AI for that. Yeah, you have the custom AI stuff is kind of in depth because you have to do like conditionals and comparators. Did I teach you anything? No. Yeah, maybe I'll just use default AI for now. It's very easy to mess up custom AI and have it just do nothing or walk up to an enemy and get killed. Probably have to look into how that works. I'm gonna get a fireproof blanket, because if stuff burns us, we can actually lose items. Oh, right, I forgot to cook my butterfly, damn it. Maybe I should just use a bed first. Turbo sleeping theme. You'll get a lot of faith just by passively sleeping, like, you're almost always going to get that dream. Oh yeah, I could eat this light cloak, I guess it's raw, technically. But yeah, the goal right now is to get as much, like, magic casting skills we can get. These nuts are probably safe to cook too, because they're all stacked together, so I'm just gonna cook them now. Level up my cooking. I don't suppose any new quests got posted in between when I went to sleep, did they? No. I might be able to do a level 2 hunting, but it's a little risky. A little risky. Ah, thank you, Wandering Priest. Eat that blessed chestnut pie. We'll probably do another harvest time quest now. Gotta get all the way to the edge and find... Destroy horse. Horse destroyed. 14.1... Okay. There's also these pots that you can break and find items that are always free to take. Alright, melons delivered. I'll grab that rabbit. Might be able to cook it in town for something. Alright, task complete. The Rod of Magic Laser. I'm not a huge fan of the rods. Like, it feels like you're just better off learning magic straight up. Oh, also, when you pick up too many items, you get burdened, like you can see in the corner here. But, you actually want to run around burdened most of the time, because that does train your weightlifting. Like, you do take a bit of a speed penalty, but you get... like, the constant passive inventory space increase is really good. Let's cook these apples, and I'm pretty sure the last one is either going to be cursed or blessed. Because that one was separate. Let's also go learn Identify now, or Analysis, I should say. Okay, thank God the trainer's not asleep. Oh, right, it goes up every time you do that. I forgot. Alright, we could do another one. Ooh, nice. We got the Unknown Shell. That is an artifact item. Those are pretty rare normally. They always have the same stats. I don't believe they're ever going to be cursed when you find them. And I want to say that gives me some protection value. Also gives you signals from your god, whichever one you chose. You'll get messages from them. Mostly for flavor. My bear is doing work. Alright. 6 platinum. Doing harvest quests also gives you seeds, which are really good if you have a farm. And of course the trainer falls asleep now. God bless America. Oh, fine. Oh, there's nothing to cook, I guess. Eat that rabbit. Again, time passes very, very, very quickly on the world map. Okay, teach me analysis, please. Thank you. So once you learn a skill, you can start leveling it up. Where is it? There it is. The thing is, it does start at level 1 with very little potential, so You either want to dump some platinum coins into training it, or put some bonus points in there. Yeah, gardening is already down to 13%. Because once you level up a skill, the potential goes down to prevent you from just, you know, power leveling a single skill. You're kind of expected to go around and get, like, platinum, then go do other stuff, rather than just power leveling a single skill and never interacting with anything else. What other points do I want to put stuff in? Gardening is super easy to level up, so I probably won't put bonus points into it. You know what, I'll just dump it all in analysis, make it a little easier to start identifying stuff. The thing for analysis is that it's all passive, like you never have to, like, take an item from your inventory and look at it. Like, it just passively identifies and it's like, oh, you sense that the cherry pie that you just made is cursed, or something like that. Like there, you just see... you sense the quality of a kunai is good. So at first it just gives you like vague information, like it's good, it's bad, you get like a blessed aura, you get a fearful aura. And then eventually it just straight up tells you like, this is, you know, a +2 kunai with, I don't know, with a blessing. So it's pretty useful. And it makes eating food a lot less dangerous. You could actually wield the kunai as a weapon here. And kunai just has its own ammo, you don't need to get any for it. I actually wonder if we have any, I wonder if we've gotten any salaries yet, because if we get a salary, we actually start getting some skill tickets. Yeah, so we're identifying all this stuff now. Now, when something says dangerous, that doesn't mean it's cursed. That just means that you cooked it so badly that it is probably just going to make you Ralph. The big thing for Elona is that you don't want to pick up everything you find on the floor. Because that is how you quickly overweigh yourself. Okay, skill tickets, cool. So, this is a new thing, fairly new thing for Elona Plus, is that you get skill tickets. And these can be used to just teach you a skill straight up. If you want to get super technical about it, the most effective way to use them is to wait until everything costs the maximum amount of platinum. But I find it's just a lot easier to use them to get up to the point where you can start doing stuff reliably. So there we saw this, that you sense the quality of a beautiful shell is special. That means that it is an artifact item. So if I wear that now... Yeah, this one has 14 protection value, which is really good. If we look over here... where is it? Down here, the left number is my dodge value, 292, which is pretty high, but then the right number is my protection value, which is 5. That's used for damage reduction, and you want more than 5, I think. So, beautiful shell. The unknown shell is really good. This is Port Capul. This is where you do a couple of different quests. This is where you can actually do the Gene Engineer quest. What can you teach me? Detection, fishing, Gene Engineer. Investing, Performer, Swimming. Performer can be good. It takes a while to get started on that, though. It uses Charisma, which we have pretty high. Yeah, Gene Engineering is one of the more in-depth parts of the game. You can basically, like, take an NPC and basically absorb them into yourself and learn skills from them that way. Or you can teach NPCs skills that way. Or give NPCs or give yourself extra limbs or whatever, extra equipment slots. So, like, for example, let's say you find an enemy that has, you know, 4 arms. If you convert it over to your side and then absorb it with the machine, you can then give yourself extra arms and quad wield, if you know what you're doing. This game is super in-depth and there's a lot of customization you can do. It's actually the only way to teach NPCs skills outside of, I think, wishing. We definitely want to learn a new skill here. Let's grab traveling, because this is really useful. Skill ticket. And then, I think I want to get lockpicking, just so I don't have to spend forever inside a dungeon trying to open a door. All this stuff is rotten now. Drop all these. Rotten, nasty, that's not good to eat. Rotten, rotten. Since these are made from nuts, they don't rot. Just do keep in mind... Okay, so here we go. So identifying it, like, passively taught us that this book is cursed. So you can still read it, it just has a much higher chance of failing if you try and read it, so you really want to make sure, if you're going to try and do that, to be on the edge of the map. Actually, let me sleep. Let me sleep, and then we're going to attempt the puppy cave. Also, now that we're wearing that pendant, you can see the message. The god is now telling us, have a good night, buddy. Getting really hungry. Yum, yum, yum. Delicious. The yellow numbers, I believe that's just like hunger value that's increasing when you eat. Oop. Try not to bash NPCs, it lowers your karma. Oh boy, doubtful cherry. Alright, puppy cave time. See if we can save a puppy. Scale gloves, another robe. I don't think I want to pick up that corpse, just because it is probably going to rot by the time I get to do anything with it. Now, corpses can also drop cursed, by the way. So if you kill an enemy that is normally going to give you safe meat, like if you kill a rabbit, doesn't mean the corpse is going to be safe. But it is a lot like earlier roguelikes in that once you know like which corpses are safe to eat, like you can always cook that animal or whatever, and it will always be safe, assuming it's not cursed. But if you try to eat like a kobold, for example, those are always poisonous. Or if you try to eat a hungry ghost, that makes you more hungry, like you always throw up. Let me rest and get some MP back. How am I doing on casting stocks, actually? Oh, we got plenty. We got plenty of casting. Alright, let's try going down a little deeper here. Ah! The boar has entered sicko mode. Yeah, I think my bear does not use guns by default. Oh boy, a well. Or sorry, a fountain. I could try to drink it and maybe get a wish, but I could also get infested with a parasite and have my chest burst open. A corn! I see a corn here. I see a corn here, and I see a sleeping bag. Which is really bad for sleeping, but it is slightly better than nothing. Oof. 7 damage is the fact that 7 damage is a good, like, almost quarter of my HP is really bad. I don't have any girdles yet, actually. So it's gonna be 10 times easier to open those doors now. And you don't need lockpicks, it just makes it easier if you do have them. Think gauntlets, that's dreadful, so that is cursed. Crossfire, that is very heavy. Not for fairies. I'll take salt solution, those are useful. Eventually you'll learn how to distill water, and water is like one of the most important potions you'll find. overcast. These little hand dudes, actually, their corpses train strength. It's a really good way to level up, like, your power physically. These little slime dudes are pretty much free kills. It's almost impossible to die to one. Cats are not hostile by default. Is that a fire crab? It's a fire crab. Nice level up. An enemy bear has approached us. Oh yeah, my spell bonus, I keep forgetting. Honestly, I probably just want to dump a bunch of points in a magic dart. So like, yeah, like 3d 18. So we're getting pretty beefy in there. Pretty frickin' beefy. If I want some meditation, I might. Or actually, let's level up traveling. Traveling just boosts all your other skills. I still don't know what these do. The Poshamans. I saw them in another version, but I could not figure out how to get it to work. Silver bullet. Rod of magic missile. Where's the downstairs? For shooting enemies with your magic spells, it always prioritizes hostile ones first. So if you cast magic missile and there is a hostile and a neutral enemy, it will always go after the hostile first. Then it goes after the neutral. I'll take that feather hat. Where's the downstairs? There it is. Jeez. Did it kill my bear? No, there's my bear. God, one good hit takes me down to near death, though. It's pretty rough. I can at least wear that robe, but I don't know what it is. 2 pairs of light scale gloves. Oh, these aren't cursed at least, so let me wear those. I think those are just default because they stack together. I don't have any shoes yet. Where's that dog at? Open. Did I get poisoned? Oh. I got sniped! Oh god, yeah. Sometimes you just get one shot as a fairy. But yeah, I think we'll call it there. I've been going about 2 hours. Sorry about the shorter stream, but I did have some other stuff to take care of. Heading out on a trip soon, so I need to make sure all that is taken care of. I say taken care of a lot. I'm going to host you over to Doc, who is apparently playing old school RuneScape. Which is an interesting choice. Oh no, sorry, not Doc. I misread. That's somebody else playing old school RuneScape. I was gonna say. I'm gonna host you over to Catsworth. She's playing some FF14. She's playing 6.1, so just heads up ahead of time if you are trying to avoid spoilers for Endwalker, like me. I'm still way behind on that game. Oops. Oops. Pop out now, otherwise I'm gonna host you over there. Have a good one. I'll see you all on Thursday, and then after Thursday, it'll probably be the last stream for a bit, because like I mentioned, I'm going on a trip. But yeah, have a good one. See you on Thursday. Take it easy.